Hello, I'm sitting here with Jared of Lucky Bamboo Tattoo. Today we're going to talk about tattoos and your health. You made a recent post online, and I was wondering why so many tattoo artists seem to be getting upset about it.
Um, this is such a mind-boggling topic, but so over the years, I guess a lot of people probably don't know, some people do, but for what's been about 15 years, off and on over the past 15, 16 years, I've pushed for regulations, right? Because we're very underregulated in tattooing nationwide. Um, Most states don't even have licensing. Utah's one of them. We don't have any licensing to tattoo. Literally anybody can do it, right? So that's scary. Um, or pushing for a certain standard, like a baseline standard that we should be doing as far as cleanliness goes. And like, for example, clip cord sleeves, the covering on the cord that goes to the machine, in our county, those barriers aren't required. And I've pushed in the past to get them required, and not just to have pushback from other artists, right? We've been in health board meetings and artists pushing back about using stuff like that. And I don't I don't fucking understand it one bit, because it protects the public, right? It's health and safety topic. So again, that tells me that a lot of tattoo artists, from my experience, the vast majority, aren't concerned with public safety. It's a shows my experience. Anytime I go pushing for regulation, I get a lot more pushback than support. And they say things like, "Oh, we don't want the government in our business," but the government's already in our business, right? We're regulated. We're just not regulated properly. And the way I see it is, not only does it protect the public, with the topic of health and safety, it also protects the industry, because it makes it harder for unlicensed, unprofessionals to come into the industry. So it's weird that it has all these positives. There's way more positives than there are negatives, but there's so much pushback. My recent post, I just wanted to give you a little history. My recent post was about the potential effects on the body in tattoos, because there's so much we don't know. And being somebody who went through a lot of health challenges, I found out I had Lyme disease several years ago, and when I was going through that, I'd already been like an ingredient reader and conscious of what I put in my body and what I consume, and potential dangers of ingredients and cosmetics and shampoos and deodorants, and anyway. But that brought me a whole new level, because like my doctor, for example, didn't want me getting tattooed during that, because of the strain on the lymphatic system of getting tattooed. That I really needed my lymphatic system focused on getting better and dealing with the Lyme disease. And well, that started making me think a lot about what may or may not be happening in the body with tattoos. And a lot of tattoo artists don't even understand the anatomical response to a tattoo with the lymphatic system and the macrophages, and that's what this video was about. And it's something I've talked about for a long time, and I've talked about laser tattoo for a long time, because of that reality of the macrophages, and you destroying so many macrophages and putting the pigment, driving the pigment into your body with laser and into your organs and through your lymphatic system. I read an autopsy years ago of a lady that got lymphoma, and when they were doing the autopsy, her lymph nodes were all stained blue, right? They were blue from the tattooing, from all the laser removal she had. And they believe that she got the lymphoma from the laser removal. She was having a lot of removal done, by the way. It wasn't like some little tattoo or something. But anyway, there's a lot of interesting things out there and things we don't know. And I have another client who works in a pathology department, and she sees organs, and they study these organs, and as parts of autopsies. And she said the same thing. They're seeing organs that have tattoo ink in them. And so the artists they say stuff like, and I didn't post something like saying, "Hey, tattooing's bad." Like, this is my living. Like, I'm not trying to hang myself. I just think it's important for these studies to be done and know if and what risks there are, and so the public can make informed decisions. And so that's my main focus, and it should be every tattoo artist's focus. So when somebody pushes back against that, like a tattoo artist, freaking out, acting like a triggered baby on my Instagram, tells me they don't give a fuck about their clients and health and safety concerning the public in general. And that should be our number one concern, right? Our fucking number one. And it's not, and that's sad. And I don't know why, because there's so many other industries that have their shit together, and they come together and they work with government to form proper regulations and licensing. They come together and they work on that. But in tattooing, that's not the case. And with the FDA even stepping in, that's the perfect example. The FDA wants input from the industry, right? And they want guidance. If we don't give them that, if people can't come together and give them that, they're just going to do what they want. But usually, I don't know of any trades where they haven't been involved and haven't helped form those standards and that foundation. I don't know why, other than I think that the tattoo industry, unfortunately, is full of a bunch of ignorant, uneducated people, and it's just true, right? You look at the stereotype and background of most tattoo artists, and they're uneducated, and that's sad to me, and it's unfortunate. And that's why you have, big name artists where I've been at conventions, and they're setting up with bare fucking hands, right? Like shit like that, where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You should know better. You're some pillar in the industry, and people look up to you, and you don't even know the basics of cross-contamination, or you don't give a fuck. I don't know which one, but I mean, you shouldn't be setting up bare hands, period. Or people drawing on people's skin with bare hands, and they're rubbing their bare hands all over the body part they're going to tattoo, and just all these basic things. That's why piercers look down on tattoo artists so much, because piercers have a much higher standard of cleanliness and sterility, and that's unfortunate. So anyway, that's where all of that comes from. And again, I'm not saying getting tattooed is going to cause cancer. I'm just saying there's a lot we don't know. That's all that post was about, and that proper studies should be done. And but it's all fear-based. They say, oh well, all these bureaucratic people are going to get involved, and they're going to force us to use certain inks, and so it's all fear-based of what these tattoo artists are pushing back. Like, I don't know. They're afraid of change. They're afraid of their what-ifing, and evolution is good, and change is good, and education is good. Knowledge is good, right? So anyway, maybe there isn't a huge impact. Maybe there's a huge impact on certain people with certain ailments. We just don't know, and that's all that I'm saying. Is it would be nice to know so people can make informed decisions.
Yeah, that sounds all very important. Definitely thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks.